don't think it's fair to him either, because technically you're not really single.
If they know the situation, it's fine.
Well, you live at home with your husband and 3-year-old. It's not like...
Yeah, see, that's the reframe you're looking for. You have to reframe the situation and really accurately describe it. Otherwise, you're just looking to bust a nut. Go get a vibrator, bust a nut, and take a hot bath and read a book.
Yeah, don't provoke Dimitri and block.
This call is being recorded. Not by me.
You mean John? I don't care. I met John. He doesn't like the picture.
Danny, have you ever stimulated your anal?
To make their case uninterrupted. So maybe Rob, why don't you begin with and give us the problem,
thing.
And then Matthew will respond to it.
Okay. Never mind. Okay. What did he say?
He's live streaming us. I hate it when he does that.
All right, I'm going to go. I already said I was going to go, and if I say I'm going to do something, I have to do it.
Is this
Danny.
What?
Is this a
Danny.
shit that you say you're going to do and don't do it?
And that means...
No, whenever I say I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. Like I said,
Whenever you're going to do something, you 95% of the time don't do it.
I always do it. No, if I say, I always say maybe. That's my downfall. It's the maybes that get in the way. So yeah, I'm going to go.
What state?
Is it the one that you sent me the picture of?
No, I sent you a link. Okay.
A link? Danny.
Annie,
This is just another one.
What?
He looks like
You take Viagra?
He looks like it.
No, I didn't.
He's gotta be like in his 60s.
Right on that guy. I was just sending you people and making jokes about
You're not
them.
meeting John 47, who's
No,
actually
check
gonna
the-
be like 57.
This call is being recorded, so don't say anything out loud, but I think this guy is not my type. I think that this guy is really interesting, so I'm gonna go hang out with him.
Do it. Don't do it.
Send me him.
I already did.
Where the fuck is he? Which one is he?
What's the last thing I sent you?
Danny, do me a favor. Put your tracker onto your Ellie's phone.
Gravity.
So
I
if
told
you're
you to shut
missing
the
that,
fuck
know where
up, Gal. Shut the fuck up.
The alien god?
Yeah.
That's who you're meeting? The guy that said he inspired an alien god? This is who you're meeting.
Oh my God, Danny.
Danny, okay, well, it's nice knowing you, and I'll sit Shiva. May your man be a blessing.
Can you at least put your tracker onto Yael so she knows where you're located or
Yes,
somebody?
You're meeting somebody who thinks that they invented an anti-gravity device that was inspired by an alien god.
Oh my God.
Nuts.
Is he taking you to Mars?
Don't fucking
Danny,
know.
come
What's
on.
wrong with you?
Yeah, he met God like last week, so.
Danny, I get you're mad at Dimitri. Don't do this. You don't want to meet an alien god guy with anti-gravity device.
What, Dimitri? Just leave me. What are you talking about? None of your business. Okay, so yeah, I'll see.
I'm scared that he's gonna kill her on here one day or something fucked up.
Yeah.
You can't fuck with that man. He's gonna explode one day. I'm scared he's gonna just lose his shit one day and go absolutely berserk.
I hope she's not going where she's going or that is not too safe.
What do you mean? There's nothing unsafe about it. Okay.
Yes, there is. You sound like a psycho.
Going
You
out
could trust
New York
the
City.
Jewish people, okay?
He's probably not even
What?
fucking Jewish. If he made an anti-gravity device by an alien god, odds are he probably lied on his JDate profile too. Nothing about him is true. Right? He's probably not fucking Jewish. He's probably just a weirdo.
Oh my gosh, he's so Ashkenazi. Just look at him.
And you can't trust anybody. It doesn't matter what he is. If he's has all these inventions to Mars, you might be going on a one-way trip. So I wouldn't be going to meet any strangers. You're in a relationship.
He's a liar. He's a liar, and he isn't Jewish, and God is punishing me for that.
Don't stop it.
That is what's happening.
Oh dear God.
Do you know what happened? My son was listening to the Quran on YouTube yesterday. You can't leave them for 5 seconds, okay?
How did Quran? Is he listening to Clubhouse too much?
It was all squigglies because he was watching ASMR, and I guess it brought him to that because it was like Saudi Arabia, like ASMR, but YouTube's known for having weird.
Why are you playing Saudi? What were they like?
No, he found it on his own. He found it on his own.
For your 3-year-old.
Okay, I gotta go because I don't want to hit traffic, and yeah.
Well, why don't you stay on the phone with us until you get there so we know you're safe?
But then I have PTSD from when I met Fractal. That was a mistake, you know?
I don't think it was a mistake. You guys had fun.
No.
Did you jerk him off?
No, she sucked him off in the bathroom.
We had help from the guy that worked at 7-Eleven.
I heard.
That was the only way we could use the restroom there. We had to trade our services.
How's Fractal doing, yo? Well, hope he's doing great. I know he doesn't like me, but it's all right, you know. We'll still hoping for the best for him.
Did you turn him down?
I don't think so.
What do you mean blowing you up? Danny?
You don't want me to have fun? That's fucked up.
I don't think it'll be fun. That's why I'm saying that don't do it, because I think it'll end badly.
How would it end badly?
Dimitri follows you, shows up, finds out, gets mad, explodes on you, gets angry, gets violent. I don't know. There's a million possibilities, but if you get caught with another man with your husband at home, yeah, I don't think
I'm
that's
not
the same.
married. What don't you
The
understand?
man that you had a wedding with, but didn't legally marry, but
I
we're all
didn't
saying
have
you
a
wear the
real
ring on
wedding.
your wedding finger.
They played an Ed Sheeran
The
song.
father of your child.
We ate a meal. Like,
The one
that's
that you
not
had
a
with.
wedding. Okay?
Okay, the one that you had a wedding with, but aren't married to.
See, you guys are no fun. You guys don't want me to have fun. That's the problem. You don't want me to move on. You don't want me to meet these
I'm
men.
happy for your safety. I think that you're playing with fire, to be perfectly honest. I think that you're very foolish to be goading Dimitri with other men in his house in front of his son. And I think that you're putting yourself in a potentially dangerous situation because emotions are going to be very high if he finds that out, and you are going to be the target. So I'm honestly looking down the road a bit, like a little bit in advance, which is why I'm saying I don't think it's a wise idea to do right now. I think you're going to invite a lot more problems into your life if you do. Cool. Yeah, I know you're mad at him, but
days of being mad at him. I'm done being mad at him. And I'm going to find someone better.
you probably won't. Because nobody's going to treat your son the way that a dad is, right? He's the dad of your son.
So no one is going to replace
nobody
him?
will ever replace that.
So it's not like I'm like looking to replace him as a father. I'm just looking to replace him as a partner because he's not a very good one. And apparently I'm not a good one either. So we don't want to be good partners for each other. So it's not working.
Okay, so then break up, split up the stuff, and then move out and be in your own places. Do not use other men to fuck with your husband while you're still living with him, or you're the man that you married but aren't married to. That one. It's just like, it's such a recipe for disaster, dude. He's gonna lose it. And I can't even get mad at him for losing it either. Like, you push this man to the fucking edge.
No, I'm allowed to break up with a man. Like, I shouldn't have to be with a man forever.
No, you shouldn't, but you have to, you can't be showing him other men that you're gonna go meet up with and talk about his, like, 3-inch penis. Like, shit like that. You know what you're doing, Danny? You're poking the bear, and he's gonna wake up eventually. He's gonna get mad eventually.
Wait, who has a 3-inch penis?
I don't want to talk about her.
We got a lot of people in here. This is great entertainment.
Who do you think the sunglasses are? I feel like
Are you
the last and the boyfriend. What's his name again? John Neo or whatever.
Okay, do I look okay, or is it just too much makeup? I look like shit, right?
No, you look beautiful. But again, I wouldn't do it.
You're lying.
No, I actually think you look beautiful. I don't think your makeup's very heavy. Danielle, I tell you if I think that it doesn't look right. I'm brutally honest. I'm telling you,
Okay.
Your makeup looks very lovely. You look very pretty.
Okay, I need a haircut, I think, but whatever. I wish I could bring my friend with me.
Is Dimitri at work?
No, he's home. He just keeps coming in here, and he, like, lied about a lot of shit, and, like, it's just not a good idea.
Where's Nico?
I don't think I want to wear these socks. You see, I can't find the other sock for the perfect one. All right, let me check the timing. This is gonna be a long
Isa
time.
Guatemala is here. Hey, Isa, welcome back to the John Kitover podcast, mi amiga. Que buena, hermosa, bonita.
Talks to an alien god that gives them messages.
I'm listening to the Jewish adjacent room in the Itty Bitty Titty
There's no
community.
reason to reflect that this person's maybe not somebody
What
you
are
like.
they talking about here?
They're talking about how she's about to cheat on her husband.
What?
I
Yeah.
think this person's probably a really cool person to meet, and it would be very smart.
It's always
to go
the
meet
Danny
them.
drama show. It's like always a show about nothing.
I've never heard drama from Danny. Never.
And
No,
I
I mean,
love
it's
talking
always
about
this
aliens.
struggle between her and her
But
husband,
I
how
won't
it's
talk
like
about
everybody's
aliens
public gossip
to
here on this
protect
app.
us.
That's
Why
the
is it
show.
smart to go meet them?
Never listened to that. Actually, I didn't even know.
Because,
Oh, really?
like,
Really?
I know that we'll have shit to talk about for hours.
Me
I
too.
don't
I
hardly
don't
anything for
It doesn't mean anything at all.
She comes to rooms, but she
But
goes around.
Does he live alone in his mother's basement?
No.
But we have never
Where do you live? What state?
spoken. Like,
Can you teach him about the Baghdad battery, please? Because I see that he's writing a lot about Thomas Edison, and he should know about 1,000 years before.
Well, I have another room
Yeah,
open right now. It's called the Isa Show
Electricity.
in the campaign to like John Kiddo. So I just want to know, Isa, would you be willing to hold John Kiddover fundraiser? Would
where
you?
is it? That's it.
We're gonna rename the room right now. It's gonna be called Candidate John Fundraiser, hosted by Isa.
What am I expected to do? Shall I just sing everyone?
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? How are you raising your funds? Like through PayPal, through Cash App, through how?
It's a website called Antidote. I'll pin the link.
Okay. Yeah, but I cannot donate because it's.
Well, you can host. That's all I need is somebody to guide people. I need somebody
No,
to
but I am asking,
hypnotize
right? Like,
people. I just
you're not
hypnotized
like
100
the national
people.
dimensions.
I just hypnotized 100 people for Augustus, and we did a fundraiser for his new onboarding baby, Augustus II.
I know. He's super.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, I think it's very amazing. I mean, I have seen Augustus turning his life around since I met him here on Clubhouse.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's really a really cool story.
Well, it's the story of union between man and woman, and you know how people fall in love and how people start families. It's the birds and the bees.
That's right.
So where's your birds? Where's your bees? How's your love life?
No birds, no bees. And yeah, I'm meeting guys, and but I don't find like the. I don't know. Listen, John, I'm just letting things happen, you know, putting myself out there, and if it finds me, it finds me. If not, I will be okay anyway.
Yeah, well, it's all communication because these dating apps, a lot of it is just dopamine. So a lot of people are just spinning their
I don't
wheels.
use dating apps. I mean, I do have Tinder, but I don't use it. I don't meet anyone from there. Like, I don't like to meet people online.
Well, see, my point is, what it also does is it allows you to scan all the men that you might actually meet in the real world. So, you know, you know how I have all these accounts on this app and X and YouTube. Well, I have a lot of dating accounts too. So I have scanned the population, and you know, it's like doing a sociological survey of all your available potential, you know, cohabitants or you know, lovers or husbands or wives. So people are looking for solutions or meanings that can't be really found in the other person because, you know, you know what I do. I'm fully transparent. I would rather be in the book club right now than, you know, in the Issa show. But thanks for hosting this room. We're doing a fundraiser. The link to your question is above. Click that link and you can see our official antidote fundraiser page. And so what I need you to do is host the show in the same way you always create your itty bitty titty committee rooms, but create one for candidate Congressman John Kitover.
Yeah, the problem is that this is not the itty bitty titty committee, so it doesn't attract the same people.
People think that
so
that's...
maybe what we should do is like we should open an itty bitty titty committee and then call it the fundraiser.
Okay, do that.
For John Kitover.
Do that.
We could do that.
Do that, but mod me and copy the link.
But I'll tell you, yeah, I will mod you. But I'll tell you what, it is more powerful in the mornings. You know, it's when everybody comes to the room and then people stay there.
Yeah.
So we can do it today, but we can do it tomorrow as well. Like
yeah, tomorrow. I agree. I agree. The morning is the power hour.
Yeah, because everybody just wakes up and starts looking what rooms are there, and that's when I end up with also like all the people from everywhere on Clubhouse. Then later in the day, they all just go to their rooms.
I agree. I love the 8 o'clock in the morning hour on here. It's when people are just onboarding.
Yeah, as well. I like the Bitcoin room in the mornings as well.
Oh, that is like, you know, honestly, that's like a chill as a mind virus room. That room is one of those rooms that is fully automated and will never stop. And as someone who loves recording rooms, I would dedicate an entire office to just recording that fucking pathetic room, you know, especially in the morning, as you said, like, because they onboard each other, news, this and that, and everybody's personality. And that is a show. See, that's what they're missing is like, they don't realize it, but most of this, if you're making a lot of money, many times it's superficial, but I think recording and publishing these rooms, I don't know if it'll ever have value, but...
the Bitcoin room is cool because it's like its own world, you know, like a lot of things are happening there. There is drama as well. People relate to each other. It also spills into X. And so there are interactions happening in X and on Bitcoin room, and so it's interesting. And I love those guys. Like I don't know, they talk about everything. They have topics that they're stronger than others, but yeah, generally it's entertaining. I do enjoy them. I find them funny. I integrate that very, very,
I love going in there and saying, "Good, guess what, everybody? I just bought my first Bitcoin. I finally own 1 Bitcoin," and then they like kick me from the room immediately. They definitely know who I
No,
am.
they wouldn't. I don't think they would.
Oh no, they know. I mean, once they know who I am, then they kick me. Not before, but they gotta. Oh, it's that John Kitover
Yeah,
guy.
but
Get him
there
out
are
of here
some
quick.
that actually they're not bothered by you, but there are a couple that they're like, oh, that guy, he's recording,
Yeah.
and I don't even think that they're really bothered that you record them, but I don't know, it's just like a rejection towards you.
Yeah.
It's like everyone else in Clubhouse.
See, they want basically that chillism effect where there's no emotional outbursts. But the problem is I don't know. There is something about listening to a foreign native English speaker where if I forget that that person is not a native English speaker and they're running on and going, never ending, it's like this is a me problem. Like I'm the hypocrite now because I'm stupid enough to sit here and listen to this stupid shit. So what I'm trying to say is that's like the setup, but the final summary and the final analysis, it's all stupid shit because I choose what I say, but I also choose what I listen to. So if I'm going to sit here and listen to stupid shit, it's a me problem, and that means I'm not effectively optimizing my time usage in the real world, in the real life, here on this app. And that's why many people want to be the green bean because they feel like they're more in control of their destiny, in the now. But the truth is, most conversations are completely whacked, total waste of time, and there's no purpose, no goal, and everybody has this like illusion that they're doing something, but they're not. You may call it dopamine, but anyways, the final analysis is this is a conference call app. And when humans give an opportunity to have a free conference call, they become monsters, demons, tyrants, terrorists, fascists, low IQ, brain rot people. That's my final analysis.
Whenever I'm here, I feel completely the opposite. I feel like I am actually doing nothing, and I feel I'm getting dopamine hits, but I feel actually kind of anxious because I have stuff to do, and I come close to avoid doing what I have to do in real world, which is not good. I think I'm gonna take another break of like a week because I need to do a lot of stuff over the coming days.
See, a lot of people come on this app and they say, I'm going to start doing this. I'm going to start this. But I will tell you, do you know when you're actually the most optimized and productive? It happens on its own when it's fully automated. So really what I'm trying to point out to you is that all communication is hypnosis. And what you're doing is when you're saying, oh, I have to do the laundry, I have to do the dishes, you're programming yourself to take that action.
That I just don't do. What I mean is I need to do a lot of admin. And this week I have been wasting 3 full days on Clubhouse. And I haven't done a lot of stuff. So I need to do a lot of stuff before the weekend. So I'm going to take like a week off also because I have a German test next Wednesday and I need to prepare for it.
All right, we have a lot of people coming in. This is Candidate John, the fundraiser, hosted by Isa. She is our fundraising captain for the next 10 to 20 minutes. Click that link above and donate $5, $10, $20, $50 right now to the campaign to elect Candidate John. We are taking questions at $1 a question. Every dollar gets us 1 petition signature. And Isa is our super hostess of the hour. Thank you, Isabella.
Anyway, does Chris ever come on stage?
Yeah, but see, he's working, and this is me working as well. You, unfortunately, are actually not working, Isa. You're the only sucker in the room, but that's why you're our hostess.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to bed soon. It's already 8. I already had dinner, and I'm gonna go to bed early today.
Well, you keep saying things that I'm gonna do. Don't just tell us what you're gonna do. Show us what you're gonna do. You're like Danny in that other room. I think I'm gonna do this. I think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna do this. I think I'm gonna do that. Okay, this has been the Candidate John Funner. You can see how Issa can't even actually stick to the room titles. She's just a brain goo, harvested chillism type of brain rot sufferer, like the Bitcoin room people. All those people in that room also have the chillism mind virus of like giving up their independence to this neurally network group of low IQ retards who actually talk about nothing and waste all their time. That's life, ladies and gentlemen. Without a purpose, you're kind of just like a gelatinous goo. But not John Kitover. We're fundraising so we can get more petition signatures, ladies and gentlemen. We actually have a pipeline. We have a pipeline. All right, thanks for coming here. Well, the room is not over. We're going to do a quick little meditation.
The show has to come to an end. Yes. It's because it's so amazing. But it goes on again and again. Every weekend, almost, Steve. We're trying. It's a thrill to be here for our public. And, I'm looking forward that this show has to come to an end. Yes. I'm not like everybody else. I don't want to be like everybody else. I have something inside which is burning. And I look around and this is life and everything I see is nothing. I'm supposed to be something different. I have to be something different. I'm not like everybody else. I don't want to be like everybody else. I have something inside which is burning. And I look around and this is life and everything I see is nothing. I'm supposed to be something different. I have to be something different. I'm not like everybody else. I don't want to be like everybody else. I have something inside which is burning.
It's the YouTube algorithm.
Of his father, anyway, is the one that turned him in. So clearly he believes in personal responsibility. And that's, I think, where we need to start is where is the personal responsibility rather than the finger pointing. And of his father, anyway, just
The truth is, you become unstoppable when you work on the things people can't take away from you. Things like your mindset, your character, and your personality. When you make those your priority, they become the most valuable things about you. The truth is, you become unstoppable when you work on the...
Because this looks like a job for me. Because the boss said we need to do something. But when he says we, he don't mean we. Because when he said...
Just be clear. But y'all want us to control how we act, control, even though we have nothing to do with this. Only thing we've gotten from this man is, just be clear. But y'all want us to control how we act, control, even though we have nothing to do with this. Only thing we've gotten from this man is, just be clear. But y'all want us to control how we act, control, even though we have nothing to do with this. Only thing we've gotten from this man is, just be clear. But y'all want us to control how we act, control, even though we have nothing to do with this. Only thing we've gotten from this man is, just be clear. But y'all want us to control how we act, control, even though we have nothing to do with this. Only thing we've gotten from this man is, just be clear. But y'all want us to control how we act, control, even though we have nothing to do with this. Only thing we've gotten from this man is, just be clear. y'all want us to control how we act, control, even though we have nothing to do with this. The only thing we've gotten from this man is, just be clear. But y'all want us to control how we act, control, even though we have nothing to do with this. The only thing we've gotten from this man is, just be clear. But y'all want us to control how we act, control, even though we have nothing to do with this. The only thing we've gotten from this man is, just be clear. But y'all want us to control how we act, control, even though we have nothing to do with this. The only thing we've gotten from this man is, just be clear. But y'all want us to control how we act, control, even though we have nothing to do with this. The only thing we've gotten from this man is, just be clear. Y'all want us to control how we act, control, even though we have nothing to do with this. The only thing we've gotten from this man is, just be clear. Y'all want us to control how we act, control, even though we have nothing to do with this. The only thing we've gotten from this man is, just be clear. Y'all want us to control how we act, control, even though we have nothing to do with this. The only thing we've gotten from this man is, just be clear. Y'all want us to control how we act, control, even though we have nothing to do with this. The only thing we've gotten from this man is, just be clear. Y'all want us.
I will be the congressional leader in comparative spend an allocation back to the people of Winnebago and South Fortune 500. People name under the point conflict and not feeling hopeful for all of the United States. It's a great job opportunity for this year. I will also be leading Iraq for the 15th of November 2026. I would please note. There's probably so please take all my positive optimism. Please note there's probably a 10% chance we win the March 17th, even if we qualify with other signature to join. So please take all my positive optimism. Please note, there is probably a 10% chance of winning the March 17th primary, even if we qualify for this election. That was elected. I'll be the congressional leader and can proud to spend my vacation back to the people who obey you and see fortune 500 million and I'm going to contact them live for a about federal texts from post letters and published law. It's a good job work, Jennifer. Both of us, you're doing great work. We'll also be on the Rock Through Freeman in November 2026 or November the Rock Through but they're not published. Please note there's probably a 10% chance of winning yourself even if we qualify for the signature provision. So please take a note of myself and everything else. Fuck the Democrat clown scam. CRTB on LGBTQ Democrats legal Americans secure the border and free the wars and payments and dissolve the Federal Reserve. Please don't. Please tell your team to post as well if they feel comfortable.
account set up. I've got a lot of YouTubes going, Instagrams, X accounts, Clubhouse. I try to do a lot of mass communication for the campaign at home.
I saw that. That's how you got on my radar. Was all social media. You're probably way better connected on that aspect than your opponent. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. I live in Chicago, 42 years old, and I'm a graduate of the Citadel in Charleston, South Carolina, which is a military college. I was commissioned as a second lieutenant in the U.S. Army National Guard, served from 2002 to 2006. And then I've worked in digital marketing, media buying, advertising technology for about the past 20 years, 15 years. And I've worked in the government at the Treasury Department and the Department of Commerce, working in real estate operations, leasing, project management. And I launched this campaign to run for Congress a couple months ago. We've raised about $600, mostly through social audio, through an app called Clubhouse, which is similar to X Spaces. It's basically a Zoom conference call, essentially. It's all audio. And I'm trying to defeat Darren LaHood, who I view as being a negative Republican who's created $1 billion in debt in 10 years. So I'm fighting. Yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm saying I'm fighting for the people of the district in 16th district in Illinois, for the whole state of Illinois, and for MAGA and the Republicans all around the United States who believe that our government is borrowing and spending way too much money. We have to cut the spending.
That's a pretty big order because he's going to have the Illinois GOP behind him. He'll have some federal law stuff behind him. He's going to have money to spend. Right now, you're at about $600. What's your strategy to counteract that?
It's by having conversations with you in open, frank, transparent manners. It's grassroots, and unfortunately, the algorithm doesn't favor me. It literally create as much content as you can, connect with as many people as you can, and really getting on the ground in Rockford and Peoria. The number one goal of this campaign right now is to get 1,000 signatures on our petitions.
Sure.
So I'm pretty confident over the next 3 weeks on Fridays and Saturdays in Rockford and in Peoria, we'll be able to get the number of signatures to get on the ballot in March.
Don't forget to hit the metro stations in your district. Those are great places to harvest supporters from. Let's go back to LaHood real quick. You call him a rhino, which has become almost cliche at this point. Everyone's a rhino that's running against someone else. When we look at him, though, his voting record isn't. You guys see eye to eye on some stuff. What is it you're not seeing eye to eye on with him that caused you to run here?
Really, it was his COVID-19 response. If you do a cross comparison between open secrets and all the HR acts that he has voted on, it's not a 10% or an 80% correlation. It is a 100% correlation between all open secrets donors and all HR acts. So there's a 100% correlation between HR acts and lobbyists who are essentially paying him to vote for all these funding measures. And it started with the HEROES Act and the CARES Act. The amazing thing about Grok on X is you can use it to go through all the HR acts and identify by the largest acts and whether LaHood voted on it, and then who the Fortune 500 corporations are that receive the most amount of money through those acts. And there's a 100% correlation in open secrets with all his donors. He has over $12 million or over $10 million in his campaign account. And so in my opinion, he's running a skimming operation. And this is what a lot of Congress people are doing. They have 10 to 20 to 30 million in their checking account, all given by lobbyists. So that is primarily the reason why I want to wake people up in the 16th district. Say, hey, he has created $20 trillion in debt plus $5 trillion a year over 10 years. He's responsible for spending $70 trillion. What have the people in Illinois District 16 really gotten from LaHood for all those trillions of dollars? He likes to say it's all about jobs at Caterpillar, etc. So in my opinion, he's wasting the money. We have to stop borrowing and spending, and that's why I'm running against Darren LaHood in the 16th district.
And in deference to your campaign, too, some of those jobs he talks about didn't really appear. You look at what happened with Stellantis. They only got one with a fraction of those jobs coming back. So it might be good to have someone holding his feet to the fire.
It goes to show you that it is very difficult to create a successful business. I've launched many different businesses, and you can borrow from the taxpayers and create these businesses that go out of business, like Fisker and the electric buses that Pritzker gave us.
Yeah.
So it's super hard to create a business, and when a government creates a business by borrowing and taxing, that's not the bedrock or the cornerstone for building a good business. They're set up to fail. And it puts all the debt on future taxpayers. So it's an unfair bargain.
No. What did you do in the you're in the Army National Guard, eh? What did you do there? I know you're an officer, so that's a little different. I'm not looking for.
So I can tell you, I went to the Citadel, which is a prestigious military school in Charleston, South Carolina. And while I was there, 9/11 happened. So I joined the Army National Guard as in what they call the simultaneous membership program. So I started out as a PFC, then a specialist, then a sergeant in the infantry. And so I went to Fort Benning, Georgia, practiced warfighting for 4 months, forced to Georgia, graduated college, got commissioned in intelligence, and I worked in translations, interrogations. The Army is Army work. That's digging trenches, fighting, and being in cities. I didn't deploy to Afghanistan or Iraq. I was all around the United States. And then I started working in digital communications. I think from a forensic accounting standpoint, let alone just AI and the queries that I have put into Grok. If you go to my X account, it's John Kitover, Illinois, that's IL. And I will retweet some of my best Grok queries trying to untangle congressional borrowing and spending, borrowing from the Federal Reserve, really looking at our ledger books, our balance statements, and saying, you know what? Guys like Darren LaHood are kicking the can down the road over and over. 10 years now. So this is my background, but I'm really trying to stop the borrowing and the spending. I think it has to become a mantra with Republicans. I'm standing with Thomas Massey, Rand Paul, Ron Paul. I supported the Ron Paul campaign from California. I have a good picture with him. And I just believe that we are digging a hole. We have to stop digging this hole of debt and borrowing and spending from the Federal Reserve. We have to cut Medicare, Medicaid. We have to cut the NDAA. And I think we can preserve Social Security, but cutting the military-industrial complex and big pharma are the number 2 priorities of my campaign. So that means Lockheed Martin, Northrop Grumman, Boeing, Pfizer, Moderna, J&J, AstraZeneca, the hundreds of billions of dollars in tax credits that they got from the big, beautiful bill, $500 billion a year from taxpayers in tax credits. That is the primary focus of my campaign.
You segued exactly where I wanted to go. I was just going to ask about the big, beautiful bill. That was a huge expansion of spending. So I think you pretty much told us where you stand on that. You weren't exactly pro-big, beautiful bill then.
We can kill the 2 biggest problems in our society, which is the military-industrial complex and big pharma. We have to cut the Medicare and Medicaid by probably $1 billion to $2 billion a year, and the National Defense Authorization Act by about $200 to $400 billion a year. We'll be able to start paying down the debt. We can lower taxes, and we can stop funding big pharma, which is poisoning us, and the military-industrial complex, which is taxing us and doing military policing around the world. And Darren LaHood has kicked the can and funded this for 10 years. He's been a congressman in the 16th district, and I think the connecting district before redistricting. But he is a can kicker. I'm going to crush his can, and I'm going to recycle it for the American people and for the people in the state of Illinois.
Let's talk about vaccinations. I'm not real clear on where you are on vaccinations as far as if it's just a COVID vaccine or what's your stand on other vaccines?
Let me just start with COVID-19 and that vaccine response. The HEROES Act in March of 2020 was the first $1 trillion tranche or omnibus bill that Darren LaHood voted for. And that is the start of it. That's when Pfizer was able to print up 30 billion cocktails. A lot of these vaccines were manufactured in India because it was a patent and it was mass produced around the world.
Yeah.
That's not variable medicine. That's giving one solution to everybody for a problem that Dr. Fauci and Bill Gates and the World Health Organization cooked up in Wuhan, China. So to just immediately go to the 72 vaccine schedule that young people have to take, we're living in a vaccine industrial complex. Diets. This is not acute targeted medicine. This isn't variable. This morning on X, we read through MAHA and the February 18-page PDF that was put out by Secretary Kennedy and the NIH. And I think right now, Big Pharma and Kennedy are still colliding. And the goal
gold standard in scientific research has yet to really been. We're still very much living in a big pharma, big medical industrial complex, which demands the money. And so again, cutting Medicare and Medicaid will choke big pharma, and I think it'll improve our health outcomes. I'm not a fan of all these vaccinations. It's out of control. But why does a 3-year-old need 72 injections? Can you explain that, George? It's insane what we're living with.
So I can't explain it. These are all diseases we're trying to keep that 3-year-old from having. My grandkids are getting vaccinated now. My children got vaccinated. We get no health problems from those vaccines. I can see why people were upset about on the COVID vaccine because it was, again, I said I was a nurse. One thing we were taught is always the patient's choice whether they take a medicine or they don't. They had COVID jammed down their throat, so I get the anger there. But I never really quite, and, I go back as a conservative a long way. I'm almost 60 now. I never ran for Congress. I was a city councilman, though, in Georgia. So I've been involved in Republican politics for a long time. I don't think anyone would say anything other than a conservative. But the things like eliminating smallpox have gone a long way. We couldn't do that without those vaccines. The chicken pox, people live through that. My grandkids are getting, I believe my kids are getting the chicken pox one. I don't think it's hurting anyone. It's keeping them from scarring and later, and protecting them from shingles a little bit later. But
I would just say that I've seen documentation of the Bush administration that suggests that Operation Warp Speed was long in the making. I think this is the pandemic, scamdemic, plandemic. I don't trust it. The lockdowns, the baby diaper masks. Yeah. People are very angry still. And when you bring up COVID-19 vaccines and the lockdown, Darren LaHood told his constituents via X, if you don't take this injection, this pandemic will never end. You have to get vaccinated. Otherwise, you'll never be able to go back to work. That's the type of messaging he put out on his X account. You can search it. Just go to Darren LaHood's X account, type in vaccine, and see what he told everybody. He was doing propaganda messaging, pushing out big pharma talking points. That's not leadership. That's doing what your lobbyists, multi-million-dollar contributors tell you to do. And he's telling everybody on his X account, his Facebook account with 27,000 followers. In my opinion, he's pushing propaganda, and he voted for it. And he took out he took out trillions of loans on your behalf to fund this. We're $37 trillion in debt. We have $100 trillion in unfunded debt liabilities. That's a total of $137 trillion. So everybody in this country owes over $100,000 right now to the federal government on the balance sheet, and Darren LaHood doesn't talk about it. All he talks about is how the big beautiful bill is so beautiful. It's not beautiful. It's taxation by loading it on the back end. So, in my opinion, he is not leading the people in his district, and he's a failure as a congressional representative in 16th district. And in Illinois, he's just a can kicker. And I just want to reiterate, everyone has to chant the mantra, stop borrowing, stop spending.
And that is good to hear Kamala say, because we go back into what some people call a bipartisan combine. Everyone's just taxing and spending. There really has not been a responsible financial party for a very long time. And it's good to hear people coming up through the ranks and running for office saying, yeah, we got to stop this. Because it's not sustainable. You're absolutely right on that. I'm curious too. You went right for congressional seats. Generally, people coming up through the ranks will say, "Oh, I'll start at city council. You'll start at the county board. You'll start at the township level." You went right for Congress. Mostly, it seems to be the job there LaHood's doing. Did you have any thought about starting lower and working up, or was this just you're passionate about ending LaHood's reign in Congress?
Let me just say, this is not the second time I've run for politics. I ran for committee person here in the 45th Ward in Chicago, and that is what created this rocket that is trying to defeat Darren LaHood, because that experience of dealing with all kinds of low-down, dirty, grimy local politicians and the lawyers and let me just describe to you what happened. So I ran for committee person. I spent about 45 days at the Jefferson Park Blue Line stop. I hired people off of Craigslist. We gathered about 800 signatures. Every single signature was challenged by the Chicago GOP. We were about 60 signatures short. But I filed an appeal. I had to go downtown, go through the election courts, had about 2 trials. The challenger, Estella Richards, the 45th Ward committee woman, never showed up. She couldn't provide any testimony, wouldn't provide any testimony in terms of questioning. So in my opinion, my constitutional rights were denied me, and this deals with ballot access.
Right.
I have no doubt that this time going around, we will get the total number of signatures to actually be on the ballot. It's less than 700.
Right.
And let me tell you, when you file for Congress, it only takes you 15 minutes to file. So my question is, where are the patriots and the Republicans in Peoria and Rockford that want to stand up to all this borrowing and spending? Where are the libertarians even that are not stepping up to the plate? A lot of people aren't getting anything for their vote, but they're still going to vote for Darren LaHood.
Yeah.
This is why I decided to run for Congress, because the issue is that important, that this is not just whether or not I win or get on the ballot. This is about creating communication to as many people as possible to recite the mantra: stop borrowing, stop spending. Every single year we're borrowing $2 trillion and only taking in $5 trillion. So this is why I'm running and why we have to defeat Darren LaHood in Illinois 16.
This is the old Illinois GOP mantra. It's not your turn yet, right? This is why no one's running, because they go up to their county GOP and they're told it's not your turn. Or in your case, I'm sure you were told start smaller, start at the township level, start this. And of course, the Chicago GOP is so completely dysfunctional. Maybe they didn't tell you that, but this is the same thing I hear over and over again as I talk to candidates. They're being told it's not your turn.
Listen, it's everybody's turn. There should be 100 people lining up when there's no filing fee and it takes you 15 minutes. And now there's another Republican candidate running, and I think there's 4 Democrats running against Darren LaHood. So people are waking up and standing up. Darren LaHood really flies under the radar, but he has a very powerful position in Congress. So in my opinion, the more people standing up to Darren LaHood, either we force him to start obeying our Constitution and give us a fair and balanced budget, or he's just going to keep plunging us into debt and creating future tax liabilities for your children. The guy is, in my opinion, dishonest, and I think we have to crush his can that he keeps kicking.
Let's switch up for a little bit. Let's talk about the district you're running for. Your district you're in Chicago, it's in Peoria, it's in Rockford. Let's talk gerrymandering. Where's our solution here? Right now, the Republicans, we're roughly half the state's electorate. We only have 3 congressional seats, one the ones you're running for. Was there hope here? What's the answer here? As long as you're that outnumbered, how do we fix this?
Let me tell you, before working at the Treasury Department doing facilities management, I worked at the Census Bureau downtown Chicago. So I was opening and closing census offices, and it's a lot of work to open a census office to gather that data. And that is the only agency. All these other agencies are not there. The census is the only one that should technically be funded. Most of these other agencies, I think we can eliminate a large percentage of them. These are the top towns in the 16th district, and these are the towns that are voting for Darren LaHood. It's Rockford, which has 148,000 people. Peoria has 113,000. Bloomington, 78,000. Normal, Pekin, 31,000.
Hey, Mark. I'm playing this interview I did with that George Dean.
I'm listening. I keep going. I want to hear it. Good.
Yeah, sorry about that other room. You know, Clubhouse has a collection of special individuals, and you never know if one of them, got out of the psych ward or sitting in a bird cage with a bunch of birds.
I know.
But, you gotta...
Keep it going.
Oh, you want to hear more? Well, I kind of clicked off of it. I've done a lot of public speaking analysis, and I think you should do more analysis on what you're saying and how you say it.
Yeah.
Your delivery matters. And what's funny is, even if you come off as being cheesy, what you're really doing is delivering a communication into that person's brain, into their central cortex. So if you enhance it by making it even more corny or sounding like Gilbert Godfrey, what you're still doing is you are burrowing your communication into that person's brain. So if what you're saying is accurate, truthful, and the best, solution, you can't win with these people, Mark. And so, it really does come down to projection, and you could call it propaganda or politicking, but what you are here is you're here to deliver a message. And you have to upload it. It's a transmission. So you have to look at it from that perspective that if you're going to analyze yourself, if you're going to analyze your public speaking, your projection really matters. You have to speak up loud. You really do have to be loud. You have to increase the sound frequency for people. It's not loud enough on this app for people. It's just some analysis, but yeah, just some thoughts.
Okay.
I mean, what do you think your chances are of winning?
I talked to the White House for 2 hours yesterday, and so they've done more work than me. And I don't mean to disagree with you with the messaging thing, and messaging is super important, but for me, it's just about the math, and for the White House, it's the math, and they think the math is on my side. You know, Harris won my district by 2 points, right? So she got 52%. So it's, you know, it's a very close district. And now, you know, my opponent's been $8 million, making my race the most expensive by a lot, like by double or triple or even quadruple other races in the state. And I had no name ID last time. Now all of a sudden I have name ID. My opponent's money's gone. My opponent's name is gone. And, you know, all that is working for me. It's good. You know, without any message, without anything. So now, lump onto that, I actually have more money in my account than any of the 20 or 30 candidates that are running for Congress. I have the most amount of money. Not that it's a lot of money, but I have, you know, I'm in first place in terms of that. And now I got to spend my money wisely and raise more and figure out how to ballot harvest to lift 2% to win. But the problem is, I can do that. You know, you can only outperform the top by a certain amount, no matter who you are. You can be Jesus Christ, and you can't outperform, you know, the president or in the midterms, the governor. You can't outperform that by points. It's hadn't been done in history. So, you gotta hope that the governor, whoever it is, whoever wins, does a good job. And right now, they all kind of suck.
Well, I think your Chicago Flip Red content was like the best content I've ever seen you post. You know, that.
Really? You like that?
Yeah, but you got to frame it even more.
Don't forget, my district has 0 blacks in it.
That's okay. You know, you're getting out a free market economic message with these people because that's the real solution. So it comes down to education. I mean, you have to become the educator as opposed to just, you know, it's about the framing and the footage and the posting. But either way, I mean, I think you're, you know, like you just said, you're in looks like a fantastic position. But do you think that the communication, the outcome, like you said, you know, very rarely will you ever see a 10% margin. It's like a couple hundred votes. So do you think it aligns with the communication?
Honestly, if I was a hot chick with a Harvard MBA and a great, I was a celebrity, I think I could gain a point or maybe 2 or something. The bigger thing for me is to get out the vote and the ballot harvesting, which is what I hear from really smart people who've been doing, or like from Trump, for example. That's what they you know, you're going to see, I'm sure you've already seen when you talk to voters, they know you are, who even they're unlike, yeah. So the main thing is how do you get those uninformed, what they call like low propensity voters, how do you get them off their butts to vote? And unfortunately, that does require a lot of time and money, you know, whether it's email, text, door knocking, phone calling, mail, all that stuff. And if you can do enough of it, you can target the right people, then you can make a difference. But like I said, you can't make 10 points different. It's just not realistic. Most people go into the booth and they vote for that top of the ticket, then they quit. Or they vote for what's underneath, but they just vote straight ticket because they don't know the people. They don't know any of the people. I do the same. You like I don't know all those judge, state reps, state. There's nobody knows. Very few people know. Like 5%. if you get a speech, you're getting it to those 5%, and you get a bigger share of the 5% of the people that are informed. That's good. But the bigger thing is how do you get the 95% of people to vote for you? And so I'm pretty focused on that.
Yeah, I mean, for me, just getting on that ballot, like, because going through the signature challenging before with committee person, I know that even if I can win and get on that March ballot, like, that's the big success for me, because if I can do that by November 1st, I mean, that gives me November, December, January, February, March. That's 6 months of online politicking. So the communication, or the 180 days, the next 180 days of your communication calendar, the more you can detail it out and use Grok, Mark. Ask Grok a question on your profile and say, "Hey, Grok."
I do it all the time.
Oh, you're doing it?
Yeah, and I've got a social media guy. I'm on it. Oh, wait, but listen, how are you? I'm doing a deal on Saturday, but see, it's not your district, but it's in Eldon, and if it works out right, I'll get 500 really good signatures in about 3 or 4 hours. It's the CRO has a way of doing it, which is really actually pretty genius. Like I have to provide 4 volunteers plus me, so there's 5 of us, right? But so does 10 other people, so there'll be 50 volunteers or 50 solicitors, and they'll give each one of us just 1 sheet, with 10 spots, right? So we each have to go get 10 people, and they give us all the data in just 1 street or 2 streets, so that they're next to each other, and it's only the hard R's that vote in primaries. So these are friendly people, and you go out and you get your 10 signatures, but you get 10 signatures for 10 different candidates. So you've got 10 clipboards, or 1 clipboard with 10 sheets of paper on it, and you just have them sign it. By the way, they don't fill out their address or any of that bullshit. They just their signature, and then you take those 10 signatures back times 10 candidates, and you fill in the address and all that. And now what you've done is you've collected 10 for each candidate, but there's about 50 people, so it's 500. Pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sort of like a hack, to getting signatures.
Yeah, I have some people that signed for me that just signed, and at the time I wasn't even looking to see, if they properly filled it out. I've these petition signatures, people got no idea just how, challenging it is, because there's a strategy, and, really the more people, more agents who can go out there and organize. Like, I have this person in Rockford, she's gotten over 300 signatures in 1 week.
Oh, that's good. That's a dream. That's a good one.
I know, she's the thing is, you do a lot of it is geographic.
She's a volunteer.
I'm paying her. The campaign's paying her.
Oh, that's good. That's a good one.
Yeah, she's fantastic.
Just gonna make sure you're not breathing on or that sort of thing,
100%. You don't know, and so that's the thing, is it's a big long shot, and when the challenges come through, and we're going to find out what the proof in the pudding is. If I get defrauded with petition circulators and I don't get on that ballot, I still won't be defeated, because I've hopefully been trying to draw attention on the platforms about the fiscal crisis, about the economic crisis. So anyways, I'm happy that Chairman Powell lowered the rates, but do you think they should lower them even more? I mean, why don't we go back to 2.1%? You think that'll just ignite inflation?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, you worked in finance. You were an asset manager. I mean, what's wrong with a lower interest rate?
I think the pressure is on. He's going to keep lowering it until the economy picks up, or Trump's going to do whatever he can to get rid of them. So it's going to come down, but he's going to fight it all the way down. I mean, quarter point, what is that? It's nothing.
Yeah. Well, anyways, when are you going to Elgin?
That's Saturday, but if you could somehow organize something like that, it costs nothing, 0, there in Rockford or whatever area, they would organize something like that. But to just organize one event like that where you get other candidates involved, you could get all the signatures you need, and they're good because you have the data. Like their address, vote. The Republican, they're not going to spit on you. It's really the way to do it.
Yeah, it's tough. I really tried to convert these two liberal, hardcore Democrats with piercings and tattoos to sign my petition.
Oh, don't bother with that. Skip those people.
They asked me, why wouldn't you vote for Kamala Harris? And Tim Walz, I was like, to me, them as our leaders, there was definitely things off about them that would make them, in my opinion, ineffective and dishonest and potentially horrific leaders. They would not sign my petition, and we were so cordial and had such a long conversation, could not get them, no matter how hard I tried.
Yeah, but I don't know why you're doing that. Like, I'll get 10 signatures in the time that I would waste talking to a Democrat, or even if the Democrat signs. It's like it's a matter of return on investment. You're investing your time, and you've got to figure ways to get the most signatures in the least amount of time. And having to talk to people it's no good. Even I go and ask you lots of questions. It's got, here's my phone number. Call me, but right now I have to go get a bunch of signatures. Would you like to sign? No? You got to think about it? No problem. Call me later. I'm happy to talk to you about it and move on.
Yeah, I signed.
If I failed,
I signed a Democrat's petition, who's my senator here in this district, and I only signed because she personally knocked on my front door. I said, how can I not sign?
Yeah.
You're doing the effort. You're walking the streets. I was like, and it's dangerous knocking on people's doors. I'm like, God bless you. Give it to me. I'll sign it for you. But then she wanted me to sign more petitions for her friends. I was like, no. You did the work. You get the vote. You get the signature. I'm not voting for her, but.
You disqualified your signature, right? You know about that, right?
What do you mean?
You can't. I mean, hopefully you won't get caught. It won't matter, but you can't. We can get signatures, but not from anybody that signed a Democrat petition. They sign a Democrat petition, and you get challenged, they'll disqualify that signature. It's hardly worth mentioning to people, because if it gets disqualified, it does. It's like too much information, But I'm just telling you, if you didn't know, you can sign one party or the other. You can't do both.
Yeah, well, I have no doubt that if we even meet the threshold and we do get the number of signatures we need, which.
Wait, what do you need, John? What do you need?
700.
Okay, that's about what I need. And have you tried a train station in the morning yet?
No, not yet. Personally, no.
Do you have any train stations that would be lots of people commuting?
Yeah, I've been doing research on the maps and trying to find the best places. It's just a question of, well, I can probably
I just want you to know, I get 50 to 100, 50 to 80, I'd say, from 6 to 8 o'clock in the morning at a train station. Those are like little honeypots.
Mm-hmm. This is my priority. People who are getting me signatures, I got them from Craigslist, and so I do need to repost in the top cities, and that I think can get me a couple hundred more. And then personally, I think I can physically get 300 myself. So I think I'm gonna be right on that threshold. It would be nice to have another 400 to get to that 1,000 mark.
Yeah, try not to turn in 7. If you turn in less than 1,000, he's gonna challenge you for sure.
He's gonna challenge regardless. Every signature will get. I sat through this bullshit. They will have somebody there challenge every single fucking signature just to make you sit there for 6 hours. I'm just saying. I know what my priorities and my to-do list is today. I've already analyzed my thoughts. I know how I think I can do it, but your help could push me over that that threshold and make getting the March 17th ballot an actual reality.
Where's the closest to Chicago part of your district?
Rockford is what can win this for me. There's 100,000 people there. It's the North versus the South. Rockford versus Peoria, and the North is pissed. There's a lot of crime in Rockford. My campaign circulator, who's getting the most things, she won't even go to parts of the town. It's too dangerous.
Who's my Rockford guy? Have you ever talked to any of these Rockford like politicians?
Yeah, Max ran one of them off the conference call. He pissed him off so bad.
Oh no, who was it?
He was the guy who reached out to me that wanted to help me, and Max chased him off.
Why'd Max chase him off? What was that about?
It was just Max being Max, and they pissed the guy off, and he went bananas. But Max wouldn't relent. You know, Max wasn't wrong. The guy's a whack job, but he still wanted to help me.
Yeah, that's sad. I'm sorry about that.
No, it's meant to be. Listen, I have people who have wanted to, help the campaign, and then maybe they look at my profile stuff and they're like, I can't do this, and they end up not reciprocating or recommunicating. So I have been using Clubhouse to onboard people, and in my opinion, it's working. It's a team building experience. And a lot of people who can't download this app and have a conversation here, it filters them out. I don't want them gathering petitions for me because they're incapable of even having a conversation on a phone. So
yeah, but what about like I went to the Sangamon Lincoln Day Dinner, for instance, and there was like I don't know, 100 people there, something like that. They're all PC, and they're the kind of people that do get petitions, and they, are Republicans and have been working it and stuff like that. Might be good for you.
Listen, I can take Mark. My experience is take it straight to the people. I don't need to go through Republican channels to get these signatures, and I know what they're going to do and waste my time and blah blah blah. They're not going to help me or give me a time. Not going to give me their time. Not going to give me their money. Not going to give me their click. You know what it's like, Mark. You take it straight to the people and you get the signatures. That's it.
Let me tell you what it's like. Okay, the Bloomingdale GOP. I'm actually going there this afternoon. They're giving me 350 really good signatures, all notarized, all ready to go. And so far, Schaumburg GOP has like 230.
Wow.
Which he just texted me yesterday. But he'll have more. But that's what he has so far. And that's from their group. Like, one by one, they go out and they knock on doors. And then they have some in their office that people come in and send. So that's 500 for me. And those are good signatures too. Like those are high quality, because those are people going in the district to doors of people that they know. So they all stop. Believe me, I'm like Matt. These guys suck balls. But this is one thing that they can help you on if you solicit them to do it. It's getting signatures.
I could try, but I very much doubt they're going to want to help me. They're going to go with Darren LaHood. So.
See, I don't know. Aren't people sick of him? I think a lot of people are sick of him.
Well, that makes my job even easier. I've gotten signatures in Bloomington and Normal. As soon as I say I'm here to kick Darren LaHood out of Congress, they say, "Give me that petition. Give it to me."
Exactly. That's good. If you could have a slogan like "Fire LaHood," I get.
Max was right in that WGL.
What's that?
Max pointed out to me that in that NPR interview I did, she was like, "Oh, they really hate LaHood." So I am getting, publicity from what I would call Democrats because everybody really dislikes LaHood. They want him gone. Bye-bye.
Yeah, that's true. Wait, is that his name? Wait, I'm going to get a name for you if you want. He's a guy that can help you. It does people that I'm not sure. Really good. Here's a pilot still, but just no, that's not good. So really strong guy. He lives just west of Rockford, but that's good for you, right? That's probably your district, right? If he's west of Rockford.
Yeah, it goes west. So wait, you have O'Hare?
Could be the 17th. Could be the 17th.
So wait, you have O'Hare in your district, right?
Yeah.
So does that include Edison Park?
No, just over by you, it only includes a little bit of.
It gets you the pavilions.
Yeah, the pavilions, but nobody speaks English in there.
Well, that's okay. You know, just put out some Indian candy and they'll sign your petition.
I mean, I've worked it. I even had a meet and greet in the pavilion, like a lot. You know, they have like a conference room. You know, I mean, I've spent time there. It's just so few people speak English. But the polls and all them, if they know I'm Republican, they're all excited. And by the way, I won Harwood Heights. You know, last time. I mean, it's a good spot. But tonight I'm going to Kane County and DuPage County.
Kane, yeah.
Meetings.
Well, do you think Roger Krishnamurti is going to make it to the Senate?
I hope not, but I think he's leading in the polls. Oh wait, Jason, that's his name, Jason. I want to get this guy for you. I'm telling you, you'll be impressed with this guy's intellect. He's very smart. Hoyt, that's it, Jason Hoyt.
Just copy and paste the Clubhouse room link and text it to him, and we're going to find out just how smart he is, Mark.
No, he's not going to do that.
Then he's not so smart. He's going to waste our time. That's why I say, if you can't come on Clubhouse and have a conversation, then the truth is you're going to waste our time. Well, it doesn't matter. You copy and paste the link. It says right there, download the app and say, hey, I'm having a conference call. Join us. That's it. And it qualifies them. If they're not going to do that, they're just fucking scraping bubble gum off your shoe.
I'm giving you his name. I'm telling you. He's the kind of guy that he gets you all the signatures you need if you got him on your side.
Mark, I'm paying $1.50 a signature. It's not going to be worth this guy's time. And we're getting the signatures at $1.50 supposedly.
It's not a money thing. This guy has money. He'll give you money if he likes you.
Oh, I
His
see.
name's Jason Hoyt. He has a podcast. I've been on it before. I think he's written a book or two. He's all involved in your area. He lives in your area.
Oh, well, then I would love to talk to him, but, you know.
And he thinks the GOP is a joke, or he knows the GOP.
You mean Aaron Del Mar's not a good leader?
He knows. This guy's like, you know, like one of us. He knows. And so he maybe he don't even know that you're running. But by the way, I can tell you, where does he live? Does that have his address? Jason Hoyt.
That's what I'm saying. Just text him the Clubhouse link if you got his telephone number.
No, I just sent it to you. Here, it's called Liberty Restoration Publishing. I'm telling you, you'll really like this guy. He's very smart.
Jason Hoyt.
Total Republican. But, wait, I was going to tell you that.
Let's just call him.
Okay, call him right now. I'll tell you the town, if you can look it up.
Hey, Hoyt, sorry I missed your call. Leave me a voicemail or better yet, send me a text. God bless.
Hey, Jason, this is candidate Congressman John Kitover. I'm here with Mark Rice, candidate Congressman, and he texted me your contact information, and we were hoping to chat with you, and I will text you, and I hope you're having a great day. My number is 312-498-0517. Take care, bye. Mark, do you want to say anything?
No. Bye, Jason. Hope to talk to you soon.
All right.
I think he's from Winnebago, which is just west of Rockford, just like 10, 20 miles. So that's pretty close, right?
Yeah. The young lady who's helping me get signatures, who's gotten us over 300 signatures, she just texted me and said, what are you going to do for Winnebago County?
Oh, good. But he's from, I guess he's from Winnebago County, but he's from the town of Winnebago.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a suburb of Rockford, nicer suburb.
Well,
but it's west. I don't know how your district works.
Yeah, it's north to south and up northwest. It's a big district. LaHood, you know, he's got 4 offices in the district. It's crazy.
Yeah. And I'm going to look it up. Do you have this map that shows your district on Google so you can see if the people live in it?
Yeah, I've got the names of all the towns, the numbers. I've got a lot of demographic data on the district.
So I've got a Google map, and you just put in their address, and then it shows you. Oh no! See, you have a weird looking thing. Are you the green? Like, do you go to Harvard?
Yeah,
Harvard, Illinois?
I can text you. Actually, if you go to johnforcongress.com, you can actually see every
Oh,
town.
wait, I got it. No, I got it. Here, wait, you're the 16th,
Yeah, 16th district.
right?
16, yeah.
Okay, so you can go much closer, like just west of Hebron, Harvard, Lawrence. That's really not that far.
There's a lot of towns. It's crazy. There's, the thing is, Rockford is where it's going to be at, just based on the numbers. I can get the signatures out of Rockford.
Yeah,
it's the best place to go.
There. So here's the problem. Winnebago's in the 17th. But it's very close to yours, like it's 5 miles.
Oh, I see.
Do you see that? I'm looking at the map. It's so weird the way that works. But here, let me send this to you also. If you've never seen this map, this has helped me out immensely. It shows it's Google, and so it's a great map. But also, you can put in their address, and it'll show you right where they are and which district they're in. Nobody ever knows. And for me, I'd say 95% of people don't know they live in. Or at least in my district, have no idea, no clue. Kitover, here you are. Okay, yeah, you'll like this if you don't have this. This is good. So when you're getting sick, you can show people which district they live in if they care.
No, I care. I'm correcting the young lady who's getting me questions who is getting me petitions right now, because I didn't look close enough, at Winnebago where it was, and people can ask you questions about counties. I'm looking at the district, and it's like, don't ask me about this county, and if it's in the district or not. I mean, I can show you on my website, johnforcongress.com. So it's like, I had this really beautiful lawyer in my presence one time, and she said, I feel like the problem is people ask questions. And so what I'm just trying to say is, Mark, I wish you luck. I hope you get all the signatures. I'm sure you will. And based on your standing and your presence, I think you're going to win it this time around. And
I got 1,500 already. I'm not doing that. I don't want to get 1,000.
Super safe, yeah. I know, because you can kiss half of them goodbye. It's like an 83%. Well, I mean, I'm saying based on the way I generate the signatures, not the way that you're generating the signatures.
No, I have, like on Saturday, we're taking the voter data list, and we're generating walk lists, and we're going to their houses. So we know the register to vote. We know exactly where they live. And they're either there or not. They're there and they sign. It's golden. Like 99% chance that a good thing. But then I also have train station ones, which could be shit. Like you say, could be 50% patent. I probably have illegal aliens that have signed mine. Who knows? What a weird shaped district you have. That is crazy. Look.
You know why your son may end up being a prophet, and I hope he's correct in his analysis, that at 10 years, or 5 going on 6 terms, there's a very good chance that the Republicans and the Democrats, and that, if I can get on that March 17th ballot, there's a good chance that I can overturn LaHood, because your son is accurate in his analysis of LaHood's situation and standing in the communities.
It really could be. That the only people that bother to even vote are people that hate him, and they'll vote for you.
Exactly. In fact, that Democrat in Bloomington told me she changed sides just so she could get rid of somebody she doesn't like on the opposing party. I couldn't believe it. I was like, that's very Machiavellian or chameleon, but I respect it. And people are strategic with their vote.
And you're going to have a lot of people voting for first of all, it's going to be very low turnout, like 10, 20%. So it doesn't take much, in the primary. And then the only people that are going to vote, the Democrats, what are they voting for? That's true. That's it. They don't need to vote. So the Republicans are going to have three sort of viable governor candidates. So that'll drive some turnout for you. And then as an aside that I go, who's my congressman? Oh, LaHood, fuck him. And they'll vote for you. That's the hope.
Mark, are you running him? 8th district. Where does that cover?
It's like O'Hare West, the suburbs.
Okay. That'd be out of my range a little bit.
Where are you?
I'm on the west side.
Where? What side of Chicago?
Yeah, Chicago.
I started like in northwest side, I guess. Like Harwood Heights over there. Rosemont is me.
Okay, yeah, I'm closer to like West Town.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, that's where I live and work. So,
you live in West Town?
Well, not West. I live in Gold Coast, but my office is in Chicago and the river.
Okay. Yeah, I know that area. The Gold Coast is beautiful.
Yeah, nice. Right next door to Pritzker, and yesterday we had a suicide right next door to his house. And
my gosh.
It didn't make the news or anything. A guy shot himself.
That's horrible.
Sketchy. I know. There's blood everywhere.
Well, did they let you in the crime scene, or was it in his home?
Yeah, well, now it's clean now, but they roped it off and everything yesterday. My daughter was right after it happened. So
I was on Chicago Ave at Mariano's. What day was this? Sunday. And I'm walking out of Mariano's, and I'm going across the street to one of my buddy's stores, and I hear a loud bang. Some guy let off his gun, and right in front of Mariano's was two Chicago police. It was a Chicago police car, but the two officers were inside Mariano's. They didn't hear anything. The guy who shot the gun accidentally misfired and freaked out and threw it into his car. And no one even knew except the people who saw it. He just walked away. It was shocking.
That's funny. Yeah, I'm where the bridge is over the river on Chicago Avenue. That's where I work.
Oh yeah. That was a beautiful view of the city from there.
So Jack,
politics today, you should have John out.
No, I don't want this Free Palestine radical anywhere near me. Jack, what do you think about the IDF taking out Gaza's radio and internet? That's a miracle, isn't it? Great work, IDF.
I was heavily involved in politics in California before I moved to Chicago, actually. I ran a couple of successful campaigns.
That's cool. What'd they do, John?
They took out their internet. They took out their cellular.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, the final assault is taking place.
The problem is, John, is that at least from the people I talked to in Gaza today, most people use eSIMs. So you can just kind of buy it and use your phone like that, and it only allows you to use data. But with iPhones and you can make calls over Wi-Fi, so it's not too much of a problem. Obviously, it's not convenient, but not like the end of the world. I mean, especially when the Wi-Fi is probably the least of your concerns at that point if you're looking for food and stuff.
Yeah, end of the world for those people, the terrorists. And you're just a terrorist promoter and a terrorist supporter, Jack.
You're the one talking about destroying people's cell service. I haven't supported any bombings or anything. I think you're the only one doing that.
My first cousin Elad, he lives in Gush Etzion, and he's in the IDF, and he's in Khan Yunis today in tunnels. He's part of the crew that's like cementing and welding shut the tunnels before they put the cement and water that's in there.
Yeah, I heard he's actually hit a hotel in Eliot today.
In Eliot, really?
In Eliot, yeah. Like, what? I think it's like a resort area, isn't it?
I think it's a Vegas, Miami Beach of Israel.
Yeah, they hit like the front, the entrance of the hotel.
Anybody?
I don't believe so. I haven't. I can check actually, but I don't think that they did. But I'll check.
Yeah, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, I'll post the link though.
I got certified to scuba dive my patio license in a lot. It's really pretty.
Yeah, Mark, don't waste your time talking to Jack. He's a terrorist promoter, a terrorist supporter, and Jack, you know what? This war is going to come to an end, and Hamas is going to be completely wiped out, destroyed. And, you know, your political position of supporting terrorism is not going to be celebrated. I hate to break the bad news to you.
I didn't even support Hamas, bro, but okay. That's cool. But back to your campaign, John. Did you ever win the lawsuit and get your name on the ballot, or is that still a struggle?
What lawsuit?
Well, because he didn't get enough signatures to get his name on the ballot.
No, it's not due for a month and a half.
Oh, then what were you talking about, John? Because you had told me that.
No, I was talking about when I ran for committee person.
I may get to it, but it's not a month and a half.
Yeah, we've got about 45 more days to
John.
get to 6. We're still in the running here, Jack. I don't take your negative, low IQ frequency vibration that, you know, is past where your penis used to be and your now puffy little vagina is, and take your stupid terrorist supporting ass. Go ahead, ask Candidate John any other questions you want, Jack. I'm going to shoot you down every time, though. I hope you know this is your roast, not mine.
All right, I'm cool with that. You're the one who was like complaining about the fact that like one of the other candidates was trying to take you to court because you didn't get enough signatures, and I was telling you I knew a lot of people in your district that I can get signatures for you. But all right, I can be the terrorist too, I guess. Who are you running against? Actually, I'll just Google it.
Hey, John, I have 10 opponents running against me on the Democrat side. And then on the Republican side, I have 2. And one of them, we need to do some Oppo research on and figure out how to get rid of it. I think I'll definitely challenge her petition.
Aaron LaHood is your opponent, John.
He knows.
So, he's a Republican, Peoria.
He's been there like 10 years.
Yeah, he seems like he's the OG.
His dad was the head of Republicans for Biden, or for Harris, I guess.
That's the most Chicago shit I've ever heard. Yeah, John, I guess if you don't want my support, man, I could give it to Darren LaHood. I can help him out.
You know, Jack, what's interesting, Mark, what's interesting is that politics is a lot like the real estate business. I just got to say that if they're texting you on why they can't afford to pay the rent or why they can't do it, or prior to leasing and they want to tell you their life story and how this was their destiny, I got to tell you, all the words in the world, all the spam you ever heard ain't as good as a good signature on a petition. So Jack, take your terrorist promoting, supporting ass and go lick your fucking heels. Go clean your fucking shoes with your tongue, you terrorist supporting piece of shit.
You triggered.
Go clean your.
Listen, man, you didn't want my support. Now I'm fully with Darren LaHood for Congress.
Have you ever voted Republican in your life? Sounds like you're probably a Democrat.
No, of course I'm. No, actually, I've voted both, but in local elections, I voted way more Republican than Democrat. And
where you live, there's no Republicans even on the ballot.
No, I just moved here. A year ago. When I moved from Orange County, California, so that's a Republican.
Orange County, yeah.
Newport Beach. Yeah, we have. I actually helped get 2 city council members on the city council. Went door to door with them. I worked with the mayor. I was working with his chief of staff. So I did that in college, and a year out of college, I did that. So I've experienced running campaigns.
So what you're saying is you know how to promote terrorism, promote chaos, promote anarchy, promote political subversion. You're nothing but a little traitor, Jack. You're nothing but a terrorist promoter and a terrorist supporter. You're a propagandist and a low IQ one at that. I hope you know this ain't my roast, Jack. This is yours. You stepped into my barbecue party for you. Welcome to the show. The campaign to elect candidate Congressman John Kitover to the 16th District, starring Mark and our terrorist-free Palestine piece of shit Chicago and Jack, you little cocksucker.
I only wouldn't vote for you because you're poor, to be honest. Like, you just got nothing to show for yourself after, I don't know how many years you've been alive, but I hope good success for you at some point. Hopefully you win the IRS lawsuit and don't get your house foreclosed again.
I was going to say most of that was projection until you got very specific there at the end. You're not wrong about that. But, you know, all communication is projection. So congratulations, Jack. I know you don't have shit going for yourself and you don't have shit in your life, and thus you picked it a little bit onto me, but you weren't totally wrong.
No, I'm not dead, so that's cool.
You want me to promote that Charlie endorsed me and all that? I have that video of him endorsed me.
Yes, I would absolutely run that. And, you know, you really got to have your logins to your media buying accounts on Google and on X, and even have one in Reddit. You could target the suburbs. You could target the Chicago section on Reddit. Promote yourself. Promote yourself.
But isn't that pandering to the...
No, everyone is Charlie Kirk. Haven't you seen Spartacus? I'm Spartacus! I'm Spartacus!
There was that girl who died in, South Carolina, Ariana, the Ukrainian girl. When he died, Charlie said we should absolutely politicize her death to make sure this never happens again. So I think he would support you politicizing his death or using his support.
No, but I think politicizing his death for my election rather than...
Well, wouldn't he want you to win? I mean...
Well, it is true. He endorsed me, so that's...
Mark, you got to remember...
I already got... Wait, John. Listen, I went to the Arlington Heights thing in a memorial for Charlie, and there were 3,000-4,000 people. It was really big. And anyway, they let me speak. I spoke to the crowd, and then I had my affidavit. My petitions on me. So I was getting signature people at the event, and I got a few on social media saying Mark is a scumbag. He was disrespectful. He was, denigrating Charlie Cook's memory. Blah blah blah. I don't know. how dare I use that as an opportunity to.
Well, Mark, this is where you got to reply. You can't let an attack go unreplied. And if you want to end the conversation with them, pray for their peace and their stillness and their joy, and that, don't take it personally, and God bless you. Feel free to text, communicate and take people's anger, which is road rage, at a 10 and bring it down to a 1.
That's what I'm trying to do. I'm finding, because my race is more, it's in play, let's say, and people are paying attention, I get criticized no matter what I do,
Well, there's a saying, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. You're criticized if you speak. You're criticized if you remain silent. You're criticized if you have, you're always, it's art. And everyone's a critic. And part of the art of politics is being able to transform the critic's opinions in your reply. You've got to reply with positivity.
Yep.
But, let's do a fundraiser for you here on this app. You have a Jewish community here that supports you. And you have people on this app like Jack down here who want to attack you. So you got the perfect pot stick here to stir that pot for your campaign. I will host. I will help. But you have to show up. You could do it every morning at 8 a.m. for you. You can do it. This is a great play. Look how many followers you have, Mark.
Yeah, but it's trying to get used to my time. Not one of those people live in my district.
Well, the point that Mark, it's your programming. Mark, it's your morning programming for yourself. It's your public speaking practice opportunity at 8 a.m. for you.
No, I'm practiced out, man. I go to 4 or 5 events every day. I'm speaking on the phone, on Zoom, in person. I don't need a bunch of wahoos on Clubhouse to practice in front of.
Well, what I'm saying is if you want dopamine or for the connections, you're still going to flick this app open at certain times. I'm just saying that I raised $600, and even raising $1 off of this app, if you haven't done it, let's try it once. Give it an experiment, an opportunity.
I did. I have tried. I go minimally. But I have a list of people that donate the max, which and I get it from them. I'm better off, economically. My return on investment for my time would be going to bigger donors than people on Clubhouse.
Well, I think it's a butterfly effect.
I'm not cynical, Tom. I've done this already. This is my second go-round, so I know. And back then, Clubhouse was even a bigger deal, I think.
Well, see, I would vote for you because I think you're so level-headed, and intelligent, and so you already know the solution to most of our problems. And you remind me a lot of my father, because there's really no more debate left. It's people have their positions and let it be, but it's the people who are agitators and who I think are completely misinformed. That we live amongst probably 60 million people in this country who are hardcore brainwashed, and they're potentially violent, and they are big agitators and friction creators. So that's, I think, probably the biggest challenge, to keeping this country coherent or sane or safe, secure, just like other countries who demand and, respecting and demanding security. To me, it's like, what's the whole point of this if you're just going to get randomly murdered at some concert? It's a war, really. And I just salute you and, Max, I know you guys have been.
Well, you know what I was thinking about? That would be fun. You want to do a Charlie Kirk style campus question answer thing?
I do it every day here. See, the thing is, I have 30,000 videos on YouTube. I'm already putting out so much content and already doing that here on this app every day.
Yeah, but they can't shoot you, though, on the app.
Oh, that's the way I like it, Mark. You didn't know I got a pretty nose? I got a couple walls and some steel cast iron heating protecting me from the street shots. So, I'm in a good spot. Yeah, I wouldn't waste my time with that. I need people in the streets, at malls, at trains, everywhere where people are gathered on the calendars for Rockford and Peoria. I've got the calendar of events, the biggest, events, the farmers markets, it's everything. I got it all mapped out, but I already know what I have to do. And what I have to do is get off the phone with you and start posting and organizing.
True. And I got to get out to Page and go meet with my 10 volunteers that are getting signatures.
Do you think we need a balanced budget act in this country?
Yeah.
Would you defund the big beautiful bill?
I wouldn't have voted for it myself.
I mean, is it fair that we pay the taxes for Apple, for Google, for Microsoft, and just give us that as taxes in the future and debt now? I mean, what are they thinking giving all these tax credits? $500 billion a year.
Kick the can down the road so they don't have to worry about it.
Well, that keeps their net income artificially high, and that keeps growing. I understand it's all connected.
That's all they care about is the term. They don't care about the future. They're not going to.
Well, so then you know what?
You should go to Washington, like I do. When as a candidate, they'll talk to you differently than they will. You're sort of like an insider, and all they care about is who's getting the money and what they want them to do.
I get it. I mean,
that's all they care about.
The whole thing is, though.
It's so corrupt. Ridiculous.
It is. It's insane. And anyways, I mean, it's a war, though. That's life's journey. If you can get there, look at Thomas Massey. You may not be a supporter because, I don't
like her on Negro, but it's me and Tom Massey are maybe the only two reps that I have any respect for.
I agree. Yeah. So.
They're not beholden to their donors.
Yeah, I agree. And the thing is, they're going to keep winning because they're authentic, transparent, and they know their community, and their community respects him, and he respects them. He gives them his best effort, and the truth is, this is the situation we're in. I'm just saying that, communication is in many ways the only justice you're going to get because of the status quo. So, I think just running and having the opportunity to maybe educate people at least in Illinois 16, because I'm speaking with, people who are circulating petitions who have absolutely no interest or knowledge of politics, the situation, or anything. Like
that's 95% people, I'm telling you. That's by far the majority of the people.
Well, I mean, basic economics or basics of how to turn a profit and how to run a business, everybody inherently knows the truth about life. So I think, just for me, I mean, I think trying to do education for people is a useful component. I mean, because it is just content, and you're doing it right now, but we have no audience. And there are people on this app who can strategically help create audiences. But you hear people's allegiances. Many people are anti-Zionist and they don't know it, but they're really being anti-Jew, even if they don't want to show it.
Oh, they're self-hating Jews, and they don't know that.
Most people are hypocrites, and they have no priorities. They only talk about one topic as opposed to 50 corollaries or 50 adjacent variables. And so, most people are just polarized on one thing, and that's the J word or the I word or the Z word. And that spells. So anyways, the joke. People, this app is a depository of hyper polarized, hyper brainwashed, a completely, moth to candle psychopaths. It's an insane world we live in, but Look at Charlie Kirk. Look at the guy that killed him. I mean, you're talking about brainwashed people, and they're I got to tell you, they're everywhere. And I trust less more now than ever before. And but I will just judge people by their words and their character or their lack thereof.
Yeah, me too. Me too. But some people are. I mean, not some. Most people are in the middle. I think they're brainwashed, but they're redeemable. They don't hate Jews or hate Zionists. They just don't know any better, and they watch CNN or whatever, and they think Jews are bad, or they listen to Clubhouse. You know what I mean? Inherently evil people. There are a lot of inherently evil people, but that too. But that's why I come on Clubhouse, for those people in the middle.
Well, people that project homicidal ideation or promote terrorism, I do not trust them, and you can hear them on this app. And
they don't know. I have a daughter like that. She thinks Hamas is some freedom fighting group helping these poor oppressed people in Gaza. But she's stupid. She went to a leftist college and she's hypnotized that that's the way it is. She'll probably come around.
Towards spies, and how the youngest women were the biggest bigots of the party that swallow the slogans. Never underestimate the fierceness of a lioness in the right situation. But what I'm saying is, your daughter's not an IDF soldier with that perspective and that training and that experience to mold reality. So how do you get somebody back into a different reality? It can't be done, Mark. People are conditioned. You can't decondition.
I take my daughter to Israel, and she sees it with her own eyes.
Well, that's one way. Yeah.
One at a time.
That's an expensive way.
That's an expensive way. Right. But you know what? I talked to Yael yesterday. I haven't been on Clubhouse in 6 months, really. Remember, I popped on for a couple minutes here and there. Like, you know her, right? Yael? That girl?
Yeah.
Do you know her?
Yeah, I know her very well.
You don't? John?
Yes, I know her very well.
Oh, I'm good. Okay, so she used to be an Arab lover, Palestinian proponent at one point, and now she's totally on our side.
She has a very big X account. Have you ever seen her X account?
Yeah, I did see that before, actually. Yeah.
It's pretty intense. I was very surprised.
We tweeted a couple of my posts one time. I mean, it's been a year or more. But...
Yeah, she's leading the fight against the mind virus.
Against the what?
The mind virus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm just saying she's got a big little counterterrorism promoter X profile that she puts out great content and finds stuff very, unique stuff that I would never be able to see or find on my own. She's got a lot of intelligence on there.
I gotta go do some things here.
Okay, take care. Have a great afternoon.
Okay. Bye.
Okay, take care. Bye.
A bunch of snake dicking assholes. I mean.
Like, get the fuck off my dick. How many times I say justice in that room?
I'll definitely stay close in terms of the story and seeing how it develops. And I hope it's not connected to anything political. I really hope it's not.
Yeah, you got.
But it's sad in either case. Whatever is the motivation, it's not right. It's not fair. For someone to be, of any background, to be a victim of homicide.
Agreed. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And the fact that Mel, of all people, Mel didn't really talk about it, the fact, and I'm not going to assume anything, but I would imagine if her daughter goes to that school, I would imagine that she is really processing this a little differently than a lot of us. Mel's always, she's she's Mel, and the fact that she didn't speak on it, I think that tells us something. I could be wrong. I ain't speaking on her behalf, but I think it's probably hitting the home in a sense. So we need to be aware of that. She may be, this may be, something triggering for her. So let's keep that in mind.
Yeah, a lot of us have kids, so yeah, be very, very careful. Like, we don't want to trigger anything. We don't know what happened in people's life, so.
So, what's your naming? Racism is expensive.
What?
Yeah.
Racism is expensive. But when you make decisions based on race, it costs a lot to people, right? Like they, like for instance, right? When you make policy that hurts people, right? Like redlining, right? It costs people. It makes everything expensive for everybody, right? Like redlining, it hurts the Black community, and it costs generations of wealth.
The J word, the I word, the Z word.
Right? Those things now they have to.
Jeremy,
Was that?
I think she's trolling you.
I'm not trolling. I was trying to understand what that was.
Yeah, why do you think it was trolling?
Well, you know why redlining is expensive. Obviously, redlining means that you couldn't buy property in particular areas, right? So you can only rent, right? You're talking about less. You can't collect property taxes, and if people can't buy homes. I mean, that's one example. But going back to whether it's about race or whatever, I think this week and the past few weeks, it's a fair question to ask, especially since after the Charlie Kirk assassination, HBCUs were targeted. There was a Black man that was lynched. So I think it's a fair question because people are genuinely concerned for the safety of their kids and for the safety of their community.
Well, there was no evidence that young man was lynched. They're ruling it a suicide, and I know they're waiting on an independent autopsy to be done. But there is no evidence to show he was lynched.
Let me share another example that's really.
Wait, before you go to that, let me address what she just said. It's sort of clear.
Yeah,
you're talking about a community in Mississippi that has one person that's the coroner who erroneously said that there was no scars, no lacerations, and no leg breaks. And they're saying that from the picture, it looks like his leg is broken and that he has a laceration in the picture. Is what they stated. So it's already flawed in an area that's had federally previously issues with the police in the state of Mississippi. So making that assumption is very flawed. It's highly likely that he was lynched. And they stopped recording lynches for some reason as if they haven't happened, because the last recorded one, I think, was like in the 1980s. Even though we know that more have happened, they falsely reported them as other things.
And let me give another example that's closer. Let me give another example that's closer to our timeline. All right. Let's talk about immigration policy. Right. They're allowing allowing ICE agents to arrest people based on certain score criteria on what they look like. Right. And now there's whole states that are going bankrupt. Whole farm. The farmers are pissed off.
They fucked.
Because pissed off because oh my fucking, freaking like there's nobody working. They have to plow all of their fields because there's nobody there to pick the food because it's all rotting. They're losing money and now they're asking fucking